So good day. Today we'll be discussing about the CPD, or known as Continuing Professional Development. So CPD aims to improve the competence of the professional based on the international standard. So every profession has having different or separate CPD. So let's example the teaching profession. In teaching profession, CPD is very important to it's very important to have their teaching skills improve, and also to keep not to left behind in teaching and using or different strategies. So one of the example benefits of CPD is Ma'am Olano. So for the last 25 years, she is kanang working from or teaching in SW, but resigned early, and after many years, but she got the CPD before resigning early, and after many years, she came back in teaching, and look at her now. She's not left behind in our generation, which uses different methods in teaching, such as an projector or any different materials that uses technology.
So hi ma'am, good morning. I'm Rick Darlene, so this is my reporting. So the program formulation and implementation enhanced competencies based on Philippine Qualifications Framework, or PQF, or Asian Qualifications Reference Framework, or the AQRF. So it means that the development and the execution of the program is focusing on improving skills and abilities that alignment with the standards set by PQF and the AQRF. So, diriya is kanang nakafocus sila sa improving skills ug sa abilities nga pasok sa standards sa AQF ug sa PQRF. So, mechanisms validate formal, non-formal, and informal learning outcomes, professional experiences, and prior learning. So there are processes in place to confirm and recognize the achievement and knowledge gained through different types of learning, work experiences, and previous educational endeavors. So nasa upat, first, formal. Ang formal is kanang students is nakakomplete siya bachelor degree in education from a recognized university. Ang second is informal. Ang teacher is makalearn siya sa iyang mga co-teachers rasad sa ilang school. Ang professional experience is kanang if naa kay 10 years experience teaching English as a second language, is maka-apply ka og teaching profession abroad. Then ang prior learning is a teacher pursue a master's degree in educational leadership and management. CPD programs for teachers can be structured or unstructured as per CPD councils, implementing rules and regulation, or IRR. So, the continuing professional development, or the CPD activities for teachers, can follow a formalized plan or occur in a more flexible and informal manner as determined by the regulation set forth by the CPD Council. Parehas ra gud anang mo-attend ang maestra o kanang mga seminar nga related sa iyang course nga gikuha. And that's all. Thank you.
Credit unit requirements increase over time. 15 credit unit by December 2017. 30 credit unit by January to December 2018, and 45 unit credit unit by January to December 2019. So, ngano day nagkataas yung credit unit over time. So, because of parang maestra ilang knowledge para mo continuous and also ilang skill na sila yung ibawan and also kanang maka-adapt sila sa mga modern technology nga makaibaw sila sa kanang apage para makatudlo sila nga mas mapadali adto sa mga estudyante. So that's why mga maestra need sad sila og professional track. Participation includes seminars, speaking engagements, panelist roles, facilitation or monitoring, which is tungod ani ang ilahang skills ay nagka-improve. So that's why ang mga maestra ron dali ra kay sila maka-adapt sa mga bagong mga technologies kay tungod sa mga nausab dayon. So next is academic track involves earning credit unit through master's or doctorate degree obtained within the last 5 years. So arita sa masters, it is take 2 years if mag full time ka. So imo harang need ipasar ani is 30 to 40 credit unit para ma-graduate ka og master's degree. So kung mag part-time ra ka ani sa masters kay it takes 2 to 4 years. So arita sa doctorate degree, it is only 5 years, which is dugay sad siya kung mag full time ka dali ra ka maka-graduate within 5 years ra. So dugay ra Japon siya. So ari sa doctorate need yun nimo i-cope up tanan mga credit unit, which is 45 credit unit na kuan sa January to December 2019. So need ka mag full time og tudlo or mag-eskwela ani sa doctorate. So kung mag part time ra sad ka, it is take to 5 to 8 years or more higher na about of 10 years. So that's all for my part.
So, there are 4 ways a professional teacher can earn his or her credit unit. So, first is professional track, second was academic track, third was self-directed track, then lastly is productive scholarship. So, if a professional teacher working as a department chair, he or she can be given a credit of 15 credit unit. Then post-grad diplomas or certificate have 30 credit unit for an 18-month period. So under the academic track was the fellowship grant. So under the fellowship grant brackets, a participant which can have 2 credit unit per grant dayon. Resource speaker 4 credit unit per grant, and researcher 5 credit unit per grant. So under self-directed, kung professional teacher ka who reach the level of accreditor like Philippine Association of Colleges and Universities Commission of Accreditation, kay makagain ka og 10 credit unit per visit. Dayon sa mga study tours and visits includes benchmarking kay na makagain sad ka og 2 credit unit per day, maximum of 20 credit unit per tour.
First, Self-direct CPD includes participation in approved seminars, 3 credits units per hour, speaking engagement, 4 credits units per hour, panelist reactor rules, 2 credits units per hour, in-service training, 20 credit units per year, facilitation, 1 credit units per hour, or monitoring, credit units times 2. So self-directed CPD, or continuing professional development, involves engaging in approved activities such as seminars, speaking engagements, panelist reactor rules, in-service training, facilitation, or monitoring to earn credit units per hour or year. For example, attending a seminar on new teaching methods for 3 hours earns you 9 credits units. Second, consultancy earn 1 credit units per hour, and involvement in social-civic activities may earn additional credits units based on criteria. So consultancy work earns credit units per hour, providing compensation for expertise or service rendered, and involvement in social-civic activities may earn additional credits units based on specific criteria, recognizing contribution to community or societal causes. For example, provide consulting service to a school for curriculum development for 2 hours earns you 2 credit units, and volunteering at a local soup kitchen may earn you an extra units based on the number of hours contributed. Last, recognition titles grant varying credit units. School level, 5 credit units. Division level, 1 credit unit. Regional level, 15 credit units. National or international level, 45 credit units. So recognition titles are awarded at different level schools, granting varying credit units as acknowledgement of achievements or contribution to the field. For example, winning the first place in a National Science Fair Awards, you 45 credits units for your achievements.
So hello everyone, I am the next reporter. So the CPD Council sets specific credits unit CO required for professional development in areas such as ethics, minimum 5 CO, and personal development around 14 CO. For example, a lawyer needs to earn at least 5 CO in ethics courses and around 40 CO in personal development courses to fulfill CPD requirements. Second is extra credit units earned cannot be saved for use in the next license renewal period. For example, if a nurse earned 50 CO in license period, only 5 CO will count toward ethics, and the remaining 45 CO cannot be earned over the next period. Last is organizations seeking CPD provider status must undergo review and approval by the CPD courses. For example, if a university offering continuing education courses for dentists must submit documentation to the CPD Council for the approval before those courses can count towards dentist CPD requirements.
Good day everyone. So I'm gonna tackle about Child Protection Republic Act 7610 of 1992, also known as Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act. So this law provides protection and rehabilitation of the children who are gravely threatened or in danger. So kaning nga law ni provide sa mga bata nga gina-abuse or ginabaligya or gibuhatan og bati. And protect ni siya sa mga bata nga dili maka-fight sila kagalingon or dili maka-express sila kagalingon. And under Section 10 of RA 7610, child abuse can lead to imprisonment from 6 years and 1 day to 12 years, depending on the severity and circumstances. Further penalties may be applied if the abuse result in the child's death, injury, or psychological harm.
Good day, everyone. I am Piapi Jocelyn, and I am going to continue the reporting of Miss Romeo, which is the Republic Act 7610 of 1992, the Child Protection, enacted to protect children from abuse, exploitation, and discrimination. This legislation is designed to safeguard children from various forms of harm and mistreatment, including abuse, exploitation, and discrimination. It refers society commitment to ensuring the well-being and rights of children and acknowledges the vulnerability of this population. By enacting such laws, government aims to create a safer environment for children to grow, learn, and thrive. So this states that this act or this law is kanang na protect sa children from mistreatments, sa abuse, sa exploitation, sa child trafficking. Next is defines child abuse as physical, emotional, or sexual abuse, neglect, cruelty, or any other conditions prejudicial to the child's development. These provisions of the law outlines the different forms of child abuse, providing clear definitions to guide legal interpretations and enforcement. It recognized that child abuse can manifest in various ways, including physical violence, emotional manipulation, sexual assault, neglect of basic needs, and exposure to harmful environment. By explicitly defining these terms, the law helps identify instances of abuse and ensures that appropriate action can be taken to protect children from harm. So the last one is prohibits child trafficking, child prostitution, and other forms of exploitation. These effects of the legislation addresses specific threats to child's well-being, such as trafficking and sexual exploitation. It prohibits the trafficking of children for forced labor, sexual exploitation, or other illicit purposes, as well as the involvement of children in prostitution or other forms of commercial sexual exploitation. By outlawing these practices and imposing penalties on offenders, the law aims to prevent the exploitation and victimization of children, safeguard their rights, and promote their safety and dignity. Overall, this legislation serves as a comprehensive framework for addressing the various threats and challenges faced by children, aiming to create a protective and nurturing environment where they can grow and thrive free from harm and discrimination. Fun fact di ay guys, ang Philippines di ay ang biggest hotspot sa child trafficking or child exploitation. For example, kanang pagpicture sa mga bata or pagbaligya sa mga private parts. Pagpicture sa mga private parts sa mga bata tapos ibaligya nga to sa Americans or sa lain nga nations. So, let's welcome Mr. Sabiliano.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, I'm going to continue our reporting. Thank you, Miss Piape. So, in my topic, we have the same topic, Child Protection Republic Act 7610 of 1992. So let's continue. Mandates the reporting of child abuse cases and the establishment of child protection units in certain institutions. So this law requires anyone who suspects or knows about children abuse to report it to the appropriate authorities like hospitals, schools. Kabaw man tanong nga sa hospital, sa schools or bisag sa public community kay nadyoy mahitabo perminti nga child abuse or kanang pagpanapat sa mga bata or bullying sa mga bata. Kabawan jud ta nga mahitabo jud na siya sa karon nga panahon, uso kay na siya. So niingon diri nga naay trained professionals nga naka-assign o nga muhandol sa child abuse issues kay sila kabalo sila kung unsay first step nga buhaton o unsay dapat buhaton para ma-fix ang problem sa child abuse. Next is provides for the recovery of damages for the child victim, and imposes penalties for violators, including imprisonment and fines. So this law also helps the kanang ang sa na-abuse. So ang kaninga law ang mutabang sa na-abuse para maka-recover sa mga damage nga nako sa mga violators. So ang buhaton sad sa law sa violators kay sila sad ang mu-punish para ang violators kay maka-receive sad sila og pangtabla sa iyang gibuhat nga bati. Silbing na siya gibuhat nga bati, ang kaninga law ang mu tabla para siya pag-usad. And last is this act also emphasizes the importance of rehabilitation and social reintegration of child victims, aiming to restore their physical, psychological, and emotional well-being. So parehas akong gingon ganihan nga ang kaninga law ang mo tubag sa recovery sa mga damage nga nako sa violators sa mga na-abuse. Mao na ni diri niingon sad nga gi-emphasize sad sa kaninga law ang importansya sa rehabilitation kay kabaw na ta karon nga sa mga bata panitan bisag kaedad nato mga kanang dili pa legal age mga 17 or bisag mga 18 to 21 na gani gyapoy mag-suicide tungod sa child abuse or kanang mga unsa pa nga mga gibati nga ay mga experience nga bati nga nahitabo nila labi na sa mga babae kanang nay mga ma-rape nga mga bata sa nga babae maka-cause og emotional og psychological down nga maabot sa point nga makaingon sila nga may pagnamatay na lang ko kaysa mahitabo ni nako. So ang kani nga law kay mutabang sa mga tao para ma-rehabilitate o para maka-recover sila sa ilahang mga emotions. That's all. Thank you.